of Seattle, well, their headquarters in Chicago, but they still make everything in Seattle for the most part, has raised its full-year profit targets, and that follows its first quarter report card, which witnessed a 14% increase in adjusted net profits on higher jet production. However, on a non-adjusted basis, the profits actually slid 13%, so pick and choose. The cut in U.S. weapons spending taking a toll on defense, space, and security. That unit posted a 6% drop in earnings. On the brighter side, commercial deliveries rose nearly 18%. BA spent nearly $30 billion to buy back nearly 19 million shares and pay dividends. So apparently the folks over at Boeing see great value in their own stock. Gary Bradshaw, Senior Vice President and Portfolio Manager at Hodges Capital Management, joins Susan and me live from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. DFW is the ticker, not the ticker, the name of the airport there. Gary, great to see you. Firing on all cylinders or not? Defense, a bit of a drag, but commercial, thumbs up, right?
Well, Bernie, Boeing did have a good quarter today, and it was led by the commercial aircraft division, and they are hitting on all cylinders. They beat the street by 20 cents for the quarter. They raised guidance to $7.15 to $7.35, and it is led by the commercial aircraft business. Today, Boeing has 5,100 airplanes to deliver. Just for the quarter, they delivered 161 aircraft, but got orders for 235. So their book-to-bill continues to grow. They've got 8 years plus of orders to deliver, and margins are improving, which are increasing earnings, and they're taking that excess cash flow, returning it to shareholders, as you mentioned. Last quarter, they announced a $10 billion share buyback. They bought a ton of stock in this quarter. They raised their dividend 50% last quarter. And so we really think Boeing has many more years to go as they ramp up the 787 deliveries and, of course, 737 as well. So just looking at this year, Bernie, it wouldn't surprise us that they earned $7.50. They said the upper end is $7.35, and the stock closed today at $130. Wouldn't surprise us. By year end, we could see a $150 stock, and Boeing's still doing very well.
Yeah, what about inventory, Gary? Because there was concern that because of the problems with 787, there might be some backlog and piling up 787s. Was that a bit of a concern?
Well, Susan, just a touch, but today they're delivering 10 787s a month. Margins are improving there. You know, they've come up the learning curve. They're learning every day on getting these delivered. Today, you know, the 787's making 200 flights a day, and you know, it's not a straight ramp up, but Boeing is making a lot of progress on the 787, and as I mentioned, margins are beginning to improve. So I think overall the commercial airline division is going to continue to show improved margins going forward.
Gary, don't they need a new trick in the hat, though? I mean, to be honest with you, they're doing new iterations of the, you know, the 3-decade-old 747. They got the 747-8, you know, in the freighter space and all that. They're still churning out the 777s, which has been the real cash cow. But unlike Airbus, they don't have an extra wide-body A350 that's, you know, going to be the object of affection anytime soon. So what do they need to do? Are they doing anything? Are you, you know, happy about them on a 10-year view?
Bernie, I think it's going to be a great stock for 10 years. I think they're doing what the airline industry wants, and that's providing these fuel-efficient new airlines. That's why their orders keep growing. Their book-to-bill's above 1. And I don't think Boeing needs to change a thing. I think, you know, they're very well receptive. All the airlines are doing great. They're making money. They're taking that excess cash and buying airlines. And I think that's going to continue. And it's just not the airlines. FedEx has put in orders to buy 50 Boeing aircraft for their deliveries over the next 5 years as well. So I think Boeing really has the best airlines in the sky, and it's you could just look at their backlog and see that. And you know, with 8 to 10 years of deliveries in front of them, I think the stock's going to continue to be a very good stock long term.
Gary, great talking to you. We were supposed to get to Delta, but I guess we'll do that next iteration, next quarter. Okay, Gary, take care. Nice talking to you. Gary Bradshaw joining us from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Still ahead, more earnings to tell you about, including